Now, I know that you want to talk some European football. Rip can't stand soccer, but he's not here this week, so let's talk about it. It's August. That means soccer campaigns all over Europe get underway this month. Manchester City have won the Premier League in back-to-back seasons. The Sky Blues check in as heavy minus 185 favorites to three-peat. Those odds from Bovada. Will Man City make it 3 straight titles this year?
They obviously can. I think minus 185 is a little bit rich, though. They only won the league by 1 point last year. The season went down to the final day. They edged Liverpool by that 1 point. Liverpool just won Champions League. They are pretty much the same team we saw last season for the most part. The attacks are the 2 best in England. I think it's a 2-horse race, just like we talked about earlier with the NFC East, for example. But if you're going to bet on it, you should definitely be taking Liverpool at plus 285. They're pretty much neck and neck. The value is just way better on the Reds than the Sky Blues. So I don't really understand why they're minus 185. I know they're back-to-back champions, but just based on last season alone, Liverpool have had the head-to-head edge when they've actually played each other. So a few bounces one way or the other. Liverpool won the league last year, and they're probably favorites. So, yeah, if I'm going to bet on it, I'd definitely take Liverpool.
We have a similar story in Spain. FC Barcelona listed as massive minus 160 favorites to win a 3rd straight La Liga crown. Real Madrid not far behind, plus 175. Will Barcelona or Real win the Spanish top flight for a 6th straight year?
So they both look better than they were last year. Real Madrid last summer lost Ronaldo. They did not replace him with anybody, really. This year they got Eden Hazard from Chelsea. He's instantly their best player, I think, and that instantly makes them a legitimate contender. But you look at Barcelona, they added Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid. They still have probably the most daunting attack in the world. They still have Lionel Messi in there. If they can sort it out, they have definitely a surplus of attackers in that lineup, which is a little bit concerning. But I think it's, obviously makes sense to bet on either of them. Atletico themselves, though, they use that Griezmann money to fortify the roster with guys like Joao Felix, Marcos Llorente, and Mario Hermoso. So that's a deep team. I don't know if they have enough high-end talent to compete with Real or Barca. So I would take Barca again, I think, but the minus odds don't really make it an easy bet. So if you want value, I guess Real Madrid's probably the pick.
Final stop on our European football road trip here. We're going to Italy. Juventus once again favored to win Serie A. Juve has won this league 8 years in a row. Oddsmakers have them at minus 175 odds to make it 9 straight. Kind of funny that they have shorter odds to win their 9th straight than Man City would to win their 3rd straight. But anyway, minus 175. Is this the year, though, that Italy finally crowns a new champion, or are we nearing the decade mark?
It's really hard to bet against Juventus. Ronaldo's older, but he's still kind of near the peak of his powers. They've added some talent this season, in defense particularly. I think Napoli and Inter Milan make for interesting value bets, but betting against Juventus was 8 straight Serie A titles just seems like a foolish endeavor at this point. So I don't hate the value, like I said, on Napoli or Inter, if you want to take a shot on that, but it's like kind of like the Patriots. Just betting against Juve just seems like a dumb idea.
One more quick question for you before we wrap up, and that is, if we're playing FIFA, which team do you either try to get assigned to if you're doing like a career mode, or do you have a go-to team to play with? Because I'm just kind of curious. We were talking about this is kind of like the ultimate like friendly game or game to play with other people. So do you have a go-to team on it? Because I'm just kind of curious.
I would say Liverpool. People are going to flock to Juventus just because they have Ronaldo and he's ridiculously unstoppable in the game. Barcelona speaks for themselves. But if you go with Liverpool, it's kind of a lesser, not as popular team. They still have tons of speed, which is really the name of the game in FIFA. So it's like picking the Yankees if you pick Juventus. It's just kind of lame. So, I always kind of raise my eyebrow at people that just take the easy out with Juve. So I'll say Liverpool there.
See, it's funny because I usually do the career mode thing if I'm playing. So, and I just get randomly assigned to whatever because I'll start in some small thing. And I'm pretty sure the last one I played, I got my contract purchased or sent to Everton. So I guess that'd be a nice little rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have like an allegiance one way or the other, but that's kind of
Merseyside derby there.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know that I would, if you're picking Liverpool to play in a game, if I'm going up against you, that I'm going Everton.
Everton,
yeah. I might go with a different European team. I might go with, I don't know, FC Barcelona. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Just like you're like, I don't know if I'd pick the, it's like picking the Yankees a bit. I'd pick them.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to, compete.
Play fair. Yeah, that's
right.
a good point.
I'm going to give myself the best possible odds of beating you if we're playing some FIFA. So, I hope you enjoyed that segment from the Odds On Favorites podcast. If you did, there's plenty more where that came from. Click on the link on your screen now to be taken to the complete podcast from this week, or check out the channel to find the other individual segments. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Odds On Favorites YouTube channel for plenty more sports and sports betting picks, tips, and how-to guides.